Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to take a closer look at a piece that I plan on using this year in 2022 for one of my Halloween vignettes. It's the Department 56 Screech Owl Farm. It is a old style barn with a tractor in it. It's really cool. It originally came out in May of 2008. It retailed at the time for $110, and then it was retired 2 years later in 2010. It was followed up in 2010 with the complimentary piece called the Screech Owl Farm House, which will also be part of that vignette. But today, let's take a closer look at Screech Owl Farm from Department 56. All right, here is the 2008 Department 56 Screech Owl Farm. It's a porcelain piece. Again, completely well done, incredibly cool paint job, and we'll go around the whole building. This one does also have a sound effect, sound box in it that we will play for you here in a moment. But you can see Screech Owl Farmhouse. Obviously, there's a couple of owls. Incredibly well done. I don't know if that's in focus, but look at the paint on that owl. And then this one also flying around, coming off of the old, looks like a power receptacle into the barn. It's got a somewhat of a flickering light, especially when the sound plays, and I'll show you that here in a moment. You've got a black cat in the doorway. You've got a chair with some pumpkins. The paint job around is more of a splattered camouflage looking paint job. I've seen certainly better more recently, but I've also seen worse. But it does add to the overall appeal. And then there's a cool tractor that is set inside of that barn on the side of it that looks old and run down and very dilapidated. And then the tin roof on the side is probably one of my favorite pieces of this house. You can just see the detail there, all done with paint. The fall leaves on top. It's got a little dangling lantern there. You got some actual chains back here that are hung up in the behind that. I know that's very difficult to get down to that level and see it with the contraption that I'm holding. But just a very well done piece. The roof obviously is seen better days. It is falling apart. But you can obviously see the paint job, and all of these are hand painted, so they're all done maybe a little bit differently than one piece, maybe a little different than the other, but all really well done. If we come to the back of the piece, you can see some of the, looks like the paint and weather has started to cause some of the drippings and rust to start falling down the building. Old ladder, barn's falling apart. You can see here the plug and then the volume control for the sound. And then if we switch this around to the other side, we've taken a look at the front. The owl kind of moves a little bit, obviously, on that little wire there. And on this side, you can see a couple of sticks, some broken pieces of the roof, more of the fall leaves. And then here, a couple of an old ladder on its side. I like this. This is actual metal. That's metal kind of inside the building there to hold it on. Some old tools sitting up against the wall. And just a rundown old farmhouse look. And so that is a look at the farmhouse itself. Now let me turn the sound on, and I'll let you hear what this sound sounds like. Okay, so that was the sound. Hopefully you enjoyed the real quick look at the 2008 Department 56 Screech Owl Farm. One of my favorite pieces for that type of series, that type of scenery. Again, this is going to be on a vignette or a small village piece that I'm going to use the Screech Owl Farm that you just saw. I'm going to use the Screech Owl farmhouse, which accompanies this piece. And then an old windmill from Buck County from Department 56 will sit in the center of that. In my mind anyway, it'll look like a very scary old rundown farm that certainly you may visit on Halloween, but you ought to be on your A game when you go visit it. And you'll see all that as we get closer to the fall and Halloween season. So with that, hey, I don't know if you can see over my shoulder, there's a Pennywise. You've seen the review on Pennywise. And I told you another thing that I'm going to be working on this season is the Pennywise Vignette. Last year I did the old really run down and I thought incredibly scary sewer scene where he's out by the creek, sewer. Pennywise is standing in the bushes and Georgie is down on the edge of the water playing with his boat. I thought that turned out incredibly well. But this year, I wanted to try to recreate or to create in a smaller size, obviously, the house on Neibolt Street, the place where Pennywise obviously lives. And so I'm working on that right now, albeit very slow, but I'll also do here, I'll probably start on it today, at least for you guys, to do a YouTube part one of how this vignette is starting to come together and get you caught up on where I'm at now. But hey, with that, I hope you enjoyed this quick review. If you did, please click the like button and let me know. If you have questions or comments, please drop those in as you're watching the video. I'll get back to you as soon as I can and answer your questions. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It certainly helps me out. The channel has grown. It continues to grow. I'm incredibly humbled and blessed by all the comments and everybody watching the video. So I hope you like them as much as I enjoy making them. And with that, take care of yourselves. We'll talk to you again real soon.